Hi there, I'm Lee Muirhead.
And I'm Michael Croker, and this is Living Proof. Come with us as we discover why life gets better with age and how we can all be living proof.
On today's show, Graham heads to another historical hidden gem. It's Victoria's oldest settled inland town.
And Stephen Fennick shares top money-saving tips when it comes to buying affordable tech.
And resident style guru Ange talks with Sue, who has experienced a few health issues of late and is just wanting to feel gorgeous.
But first up on today's show, Carly is back to help Larraine shift 10 kilos so she can avoid having surgery.
Hi Larraine, nice to meet you.
You too. I've been looking forward to meeting you.
So Larraine, do you want to tell me what your health issues are?
Well, I have a few health issues really that I'm concerned with. I've got ischemic heart disease, which is narrowing of the arteries, and I've also got GORD, which is gastroesophagus disease. I've recently had an endoscopy, which showed that my stomach is moving up into my esophagus, which is quite not good. So the gastroenterologist said that I need to lose 10 kilos and quickly.
Okay.
Otherwise I'll have to have surgery.
So Larraine seems a little bit overwhelmed with the fact that her doctor's told her she's got to lose 10 kilos and quite quickly to avoid surgery. She's got some health issues in the background and really wants to lose this weight. So that must be making you a bit scared. If you don't lose 10 kilos, you might need to have surgery.
Yeah, well, it is a little bit, It is a little bit daunting. Yeah, because I don't want to have another surgery if I can help it.
Yeah, so tell me about that. What's been happening that's not easy, or what have you been doing to lose that weight?
Well, I probably don't do as much exercise as I should.
Tell me a bit about why you're not doing more exercise when you think that you possibly should.
I don't like it.
Okay, don't like it, yeah. Have you...
if I could think of anything else to do but go and do exercise, I would do it.
Maybe get a bit bored.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. I've tried the music, I've tried going with friends, and I think, oh God, I just can't.
Yeah.
I'm not a real good, never have been.
But perhaps we just need to find something that you enjoy. So again, it's sustainable over the long term.
Yes, see, I like to play cards, I like to play mahjong. And I would do those things before going to a class of Zumba or... Does mahjong burn any calories?
Oh, Larraine, probably doesn't burn many calories. Might be good for stress release though, which might help with your heart health.
That's correct, yes. Yes. We talk about exercise and walking. Well, I mean, I walk, but I get real short of breath. I get very short of breath. So I don't know whether it's because I then become uncomfortable. So, yeah, I guess that's in my mind that I don't like it.
I think, Larraine, you really should probably listen to your body if you're having shortness of breath. Let's focus on diet and then get that advice from your doctor about those symptoms, because we don't want to push you if you actually do have some heart issues.
And once again, if I did lose weight, that I might not have that much shortness of breath.
100%.
So it's more vital that I lose some weight first.
So what I want to do with Larraine today is really have a look at what she's eating. She doesn't like exercise, so we really need to make some changes with her diet to get that weight off.
So this is my daily intake of what I eat. Yes.
So this all looks pretty healthy.
So why isn't it working? Why aren't I losing a little bit of weight?
So that's a really good question, and people say that all the time. They're not eating donuts and McDonald's and Coca-Cola, yet they can't lose weight with what they're eating. That looks relatively healthy, right? So I would suggest having a look at your breakfast. Here we've got the muffin that's quite high in refined carbohydrates, and this is a bit low in protein. We've then got your Cruskets here, which are quite low in fibre. Dinner looks relatively good, lots of veggies, lots of protein, and not a huge amount, so I don't think you're eating too much.
No.
What I am seeing though is perhaps you could add a bit of fibre and protein earlier in your day. So what I would suggest, especially with your lunch and even a bit with your breakfast, is that maybe you're not getting enough protein in, which is really filling. So you are getting that with the egg, but But these English muffins sometimes have quite a lot of carbohydrate in them and not a lot of fibre. So I might be able to suggest some ways to get more fibre in and a bit more protein.
Oh, that'd be good.
That then keeps you feeling fuller for longer. So that's really important when it comes to losing weight.
Okay.
And then you want less of these things like the treats that creep in afterwards, because you get those blood sugar ups and downs.
Yes. But what actually do I need to change here to make more fibre?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So things like the English muffin, very high in refined carbs, not a lot of fibre. What you could do is replace that with perhaps even a slice of like a lower carbohydrate toast, and you can get them in typical supermarkets. You're looking at around, if you have a low carb bread, maybe 2 grams of carbohydrate compared to about 25, but the fibre is quadrupled, so 4 times the amount of fibre keeping you full.
Great.
With the lunches, with the Cruskets, I would suggest just a simple swap. Like here I've got some really grainy high fibre biscuits, and these are about 4 times the amount of fibre than these.
Yeah.
Adding a little bit more vegetables, that's going to add the fibre in. Just always think add in a little bit more protein in breakfast and lunch, and a little bit of a change with a swap that's slightly more fibre than what you're having already.
Sure. Okay. I think, well, I'll give it a try, you know.
So after all that, Larraine, I think it's wine time. What do you think?
I think so. Thank you.
Do you like exercising?
Walking's been my thing for a few years now. That's as much as I go.
No, I like walking. I do deep water running. I love deep water running, but you've got to enjoy it. So I totally get what Larraine was talking about.
Yeah.
And diet, you know, she has to lose weight fast.
Yeah, and maybe some subtle changes in diet can make big returns on better health.
Yeah.
And that tap on the shoulder that Larraine has been given with a goal of the 10 kilos might be the motivation that she needs right now.
Yeah, well, she's in good hands with Carly.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, next up, we're going to meet Sue, who, after downsizing her wardrobe, is at a stage where she's cleared out the old, but is now looking for the new. So let's see how Ange brings modern glam into her life.
We are about to meet Sue. Now, I believe she's a birthday girl this week, so I can't wait to make her feel really special, because Sue tells me life's thrown a few curveballs at her and really needs this day to feel great about herself. So let's go meet her.
Hello.
Hi, Sue. How are you?
Have you come to tell me I won the lottery?
I haven't, but I've come to make you over. Is that okay?
That'd be nice.
Oh.
Nice.
How are you? Lovely to meet you.
Would you like to come in?
I would love to come in. Let's go.
Yeah, I did have a ticket in last night's lotto.
Thanks for having me here, Sue.
It's lovely to see you, actually, because I've only spoken to you on the phone.
Had great little chats. Yes. And you mentioned that life's thrown a few curveballs your way.
A diagnosis recently about my health. I was told I had Parkinson's, which is something I didn't know I had. I had a shake for quite a few years, but the doctor said it was what they call the essential shake. And then I asked my doctor to send me to a neurologist, and he said I had Parkinson's straight away when he saw me.
How did you feel when you got that information?
Pretty knocked about, actually, and also for my husband, because when you're a couple, if one person gets diagnosed with something, it can affect both of you. I applied for through my aged care for a package, and because of my Parkinson's and because it's incurable, I was given a package which helps. We get a cleaner. They've put all bars around the house, not to keep me in, but to help support getting. They're still going to do a few more things for us. That's really helped my husband, because he was doing the brunt of everything.
Yeah, sure.
You know, because I just can't do it anymore.
Absolutely. So that brings me to you and the way that you feel. And what would you like to achieve out of our makeover? What do you see? How would you like me to help you?
I like rose pink, and I like blues and greens. So
you mentioned you like a bit of bling.
Yes, I like bling.
A bit of bling in the ear.
Yeah.
Accessory girl.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think it's a nice opportunity to make you feel a bit glam.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And my
Would you
friends,
like that?
yeah, my friends are looking forward to it.
So let's hit your wardrobe and have a little look at
Some
the old Sue,
Yeah.
and then let's welcome in the new Sue.
It's not that exciting.
Your life. Yeah.
So this is basically my wardrobe. I wear a lot of prints, as you can see. I find prints kind of hide a multitude of sins, whereas block colours sometimes can emphasise things you don't want to emphasise.
Well, I'm going to change your mind about that today.
Okay.
Oh, you look gorgeous. Anyone more? At the end of the day, what do you want your style to say about you? Yes, clothes are a means to an end, but the end meaning, who are you and what you want the world to think of you upon first impressions. If you're a little bit stumped with your style, go to your wardrobe and your favourite pieces are the clues. Today I'd really love to show you how we can flatter your shape, but just even using bone on tone, and that's using a colour and then maybe a slightly darker colour to really sort of flatter and flow. There's a little bit of a trick to that, so stay with us. I think you're really going to love the end result.
Well, Sue is in very good hands there with Ange. I can see there's going to be a nice classic turnaround. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think this is coming at exactly the right time for Sue as well, so great stuff.
Yep, okay.
We can't wait to see how Ange helps Sue find her best self, but we will have to wait until a little later in the show. Right now, Stephen Fennick, editor of Tech Guide, joins us in the studio to talk about affordable technology. Stephen will share money-saving tips, making sure technology is affordable for all.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Doris.
Well, yes, we must live with technology, but it can be a bit heavy on the purse.
Absolutely right, yeah. There are many ways we can save $1 here and there with the current cost of living and the...
All right, well, we're listening.
Well, I think let's talk about smartphones. We all need a smartphone. You can't just say, I don't need a smartphone. But there are many affordable choices. So you can now get phones under $400 that are actually 5G devices, triple camera systems. So the technology that was once flagship a few years ago is now filtered down to those entry-level prices. So, but on the other side, look at your plan as well.
Yes.
I think if you've had your same plan for a few years, you're probably paying too much.
If your plan includes your phone, say for 24 months, and then obviously you've paid that off, does it automatically go down, or do you have to ring them and say, my plan's finished?
You've got to contact them because they're going to keep... Well, you own the phone technically, but the plans now are usually separate. You normally pay for your plan and your phone separately. So
Phones are one thing, computers and tablets,
Yes.
device in that realm.
Yeah, well, again, like smartphones, the technology is even better, even under $1,000. So a lot of people who want to buy a laptop, a sub $1,000 laptop, is still going to actually work quite well. Ask yourself, how am I going to use this?
Yes.
That will answer all the questions about what sort of laptop you need and how much you should pay.
That's a really important question. What am I really looking to achieve and what do I really need? And everything comes out of that. What about when it comes to smart TVs? Because you can get trapped into spending thousands of dollars.
But the thing with TVs is when to buy the TV. There are often periods of the year, like normally the first quarter of the year is when all the new models are being put out into the market.
So they're launched,
So they are obviously going to be the more expensive of your choices. So look at last year's brand, and that's going to save you potentially thousands of dollars depending on the TV you buy. If you're happy not having the latest and greatest, there are savings to be had right there as well.
Still see the same programs like Living Proof.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
That's
we
it.
do. What about streaming? Like we've got quite a few of them now, and music and the whole bit. I mean, that can all add up. We think it's cheap, but then every month we're adding more and more.
Yeah, I think this is another area of your life where you need to do a bit of life admin. You need to look at, okay, what am I watching here and how often do I use it? You have to make a choice and to see if you maybe a couple of months of the year you have this service, a couple of months you have this service. You can jump in and out month to month. So you're not locked into yearly contracts. It's a month to month thing.
So you're not paying extra though by doing that?
Not at all. No, you can jump in and out of these apps at no cost. So it does. All you got to do is pay for the service per month, and you can maybe save some money there.
Yeah, thanks, Stephen.
Thanks,
No worries.
Steve.
All right. Now, coming up next on the show, Graham immerses himself in one of Australia's most historical towns. Now, the landscape is sprinkled with original bluestone buildings, including a jail that housed Australia's most famous criminal, Ned Kelly.
Into the country town of Kilmore, which is Victoria's oldest settled inland town. Now, there's some great history in this town and some beautiful old historic bluestone buildings, but we were told we must go and check out the old Kilmore jail. Let's have a look. So, Di, tell me, what do you love so much about Kilmore?
Kilmore, the people here, all really lovely, good community. The main thing I like about Kilmore is all the bluestone historic buildings that are scattered around the place. As you see, the jail's bluestone, you've got Kilmore Old Post Office, the Kilmore Courthouse, the Old Town Hall, a few of the hotels, the beautiful St Pat's Church up next to Assumption College. It's just everywhere and it's just amazing.
Tell me a little bit more about the actual jail itself.
So the jail itself, they commenced building 1857, officially opened July 1859. It was built in the middle of the gold rush. It held up to 40 prisoners, male and female, maximum security. We have one cell that's still in its original state left on the site. Wow. But feel free to have a walk around and enjoy the site and come into our beautiful cafe and get yourself a good meal and a nice cup of coffee.
Well, I'm standing here talking to a local legend of Kilmore, Ray Carroll. Ray, thanks very much for having a chat.
This jail housed some pretty noted criminals, including the legendary Ned Kelly. After it closed as a jail, I think just after World War II, it became a butter factory.
What can people see here in the town if they're visiting?
They have had many big antique sales here. It's become quite well known for that. It's an hour from Melbourne. It's farming country with the hills out to the northwest.
Well, it's a beautiful spot, Ray. It's been an absolute pleasure and I absolutely cannot wait to explore the town more. Thank you so much. Now, if you're in Kilmore, an absolute must is to come and check out the meat room. And I'm here with the owner, James. Mate, tell me about this incredible place.
Well, Graham, we set this up 10 years ago from a place of passion, I guess. We sort of the meat room itself. We started with processing for small producers. The producers have people moving up from Melbourne. Watch 2 episodes of Gourmet Farmer. How do we get our produce from paddock to table? It's all about the quality for us.
And you're self-sustainable?
A lot of the produce we grow and then we use them back in here. So it's quite a sense of pride.
Well, I'm very much look forward to having a look around. Can you show me?
Please do. Let's go.
Beauty, lad. Let's do it.
We've got our little mini cherry orchard here. So this looks probably another 3 or 4 weeks. This will be just a massive, blossoms.
Yep.
It's like a little baby fennel, right off the ground. Look at that. No chemicals, nothing. In the garden, we've got some silver beet, broad beans, broccoli, garlic, sort of winter veg.
Yep.
Asparagus bed there as well. Parsley there. We've actually got some rhubarb crowns coming out.
Oh yeah, I can see those.
So obviously we're going to use them in the shop. Got some savoury here. We've got some thyme, hothouse over to the left of us. And in here, my babies, this is where the magic happens. This is the maturation chamber.
Wow. All right.
So come on through.
Yep.
And you can sort of see we've got the fermentation chamber going here. These guys were made 2 days ago, so they're doing what they're supposed to do. So we'll try the calabrese first. You sort of see beautiful bit of fat to meat ratio there.
Are any of these super hot?
Not super hot at all. These have just got a nice little kick, but for us it's about the flavour. You actually appreciate the meat.
So good. Kilmore could very much be a town that you could just pass on through, but sometimes it pays to stop the car, get out and have a good walk around. You might just be surprised at what you find. But as always, don't take my word for it. Come and check it out for yourself.
Oh my goodness, where does he find all of these places? Like the meat room. How amazing was that?
Yeah, I'd never seen anything like it. But I tell you what I love about that little township tucked away. There's obviously a wonderful connection with the people and the land. And Ned Kelly was there for a little while too.
Well, he lived there for a while.
Maybe not by choice.
Yeah, probably not comfortably.
Typically great stuff. Well, now Ange and Sue are standing by. Let's take a look.
Maybe one more.
I've thrown a few curveballs your way.
I was told I had Parkinson's.
Welcome everyone, thanks for joining us. Champagne is flowing. Are you excited to see Sue's reveal? She looks so pretty, you wait. Okay, you ready, Sue? Come on out, show them what you're doing. Sue's hair creates texture and fullness to finer hair. Lashes have been added to make Sue's eyes pop, and peachy pink tones really add glow and radiance to her skin. Keeping within the theme of peachy pink, this laid effect top and rose pink throwover is perfect for Sue's shape and complexion. A slimline pant balances out the long line two pieces and gives her look a crisp and fresh feel. Sue's health issues mean she can't wear a heel or anything strappy, so a slip-on shoe is still comfortable but modern. The layering effect gives her a really beautiful shape, which gives her a timeless classic look.
You look so elegant. You look beautiful. I love the earrings.
You look so beautiful, and you deserve all that.
Okay. Thanks for coming, girls.
Wow, what a group of friends. That is like a huge party there, but she looks absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is one of the things I love about what we get to do. We see people open up their wardrobes, invite us into their world,
Yeah.
and have these radical transformations.
I know.
And it really is good for mind, body, and soul.
But they share their story as well, and sometimes it's always not smooth sailing, but look at the confidence there.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Well, that wraps up another episode. Of course, we are always grateful to our amazing guests who invite us into their homes, get out of their comfort zones,
Yep.
and share their favourite travel experiences with us.
And of course, we can't forget Graham, Carly, Ange, and Stephen, who all help us become living proof that life just gets better with age.
Until next time.
Take care, everyone.